Alright, Chapter 4 review, multiple choice part. I'm going to go ahead and bust this out. I'm going to speak really fast because I got a wrestling meet I got to get to. Got to catch the bus. Alright, here we go. So number one, I look at the triangle. I see that we have two sides that are equal. So that tells me it's an isosceles. And now I got to look at the angles. I see the right angle mark. So this is a right isosceles. Number two, looking at this thing, none of the sides are marked. So I have no sides that are equal. So that basically tells me that it is scalene. And I look at the angle and I see a right angle. So this one is C, right scalene. Alright, moving right along. Number 3 and number 4. Find the measure of each angle. So we're going to use the triangle sum theorem, which basically says that all triangles add up to 180 degrees. So I add these two together, I got 85, subtract from 180, and that is 95. Alright, number 4, I add up the two that I have, that is 130. So that means that this angle right here must be 50. And now I have to do a little bit of algebra. I'm going to add the 6 to both sides, and I get that. Divide by 7, and I get x equals 8. So there we go. Moving right along. Number 5 and 6. So now we got to apply all this stuff kind of together. So I'm going to do a vertical angles coming in. I'm going to do a linear pair to make 180. Straight lines are always 180. Now I do the triangle sum. These two make 152. Subtract from 180, and that will give me 28 degrees. So that's C. Number 6, kind of jump in. Straight lines are 180, so that'll be 75. Subtract from 180, that's 70. Add these two together, that's 145. Subtract from 180, that'll give me 35 degrees. And these two together have to add up to 180, so I know that this outside angle is 145. So set up your equation, minus the 156 from both sides, and I believe you get negative 11. Alright, number 7 and 8. So looking at number 7 and 8, these two add up to 150, subtract from 180, you get 30. Got to make 180 again, so 150. Same thing over here. I see a 90-degree mark. Subtract from 180 to get 42. And then add these two together. Subtract from 180. And this is 48. There we go. So now we got 9 and 10. Bust these out. These are probably the harder ones. This is the exterior angle theorem. Exterior angle. So the exterior angle is equal to the two remotes added together. So when I add those up, I'll get 11x plus 32. Subtract 11x from both sides. Add 4 to both sides. And you get x equals 4. Over here I have an exterior angle. I add up the two remote interiors. I get 2x plus 98. Subtract 2x from both sides, add the 1 to both sides, and you get x equals 11. Boom, so that one is A. Moving forward, 11 and 12. So these are triangle congruent statements. Just got to make sure people match up with other people. So I see angle I and V, so they need to be in the same position. Well, there's an I and V. There's an I and V in the middle. There's an I not with V, so you're out of there. And you're not I and V, so you're out of there. So now I got to go to another angle. It looks like J and W should be in the same slot. JW. JX. Nope. Looking good. Alright, same thing on the next one. So I'm looking at Z and K in the same position. No. No. Oh, yep. So these other ones are yes for Z and K. Now I'm looking for Y and J. Y, J, no. Y, J, no. Hopefully this one is. Yes. Correct answer is D. Moving right along, number 13 and 14. Oh, went a little bit too fast. So on this one, state if they're congruent. How do you know? Remember the ones that work: side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, 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 side, hypotenuse, leg if it's a right triangle. And the two that don't work are ASS and AAA, booty insurance. That's how I remember it. Booty insurance does not work. Alright, so I looked through what I got. Well, I do see some vertical angles here, so I can mark those. And now I have angle, angle with the side not in between. So that one is D. Next one, I see some vertical angles. And this is angle, angle with the side in between the two angles. So that's ASA. Moving right along. 15, 16. These ones will say, what third piece of info would you need for all three sides? Well, I'm given the reflexive. That's a freebie. So what I would then need is, I need PQ and XR. So where's PQ and XR? That correct answer is C. Number 16, to get side angle side. Well, I have the vertical angles here for free. To get the other side, I need XY and I need XI. XY and XI. Bam, done. Moving right along. Number 17 and 18. So got these ones. So I see these three marks: equilateral triangle. That means all angles are the same and they're all 60 degrees. So for this one, X is 60. Number 18, I see I have an isosceles triangle. The base angles, the angles across from them, have to be equal. So the vertex angle here is 80. So if I do 180, take away the 80 I have, that means I have 100 degrees left. But I have to divide it by 2 because each of these guys get split. They're like twins. So 50 degrees. Keep on going. Number 19 and 20, we're keeping this short and sweet. I see another isosceles triangle. This time they gave me a base angle, so I know the other base angle is 77. Those two add up to 154. So to get this guy, I subtract from 180, and that would be 26 degrees. Now, so I can replace this measure of angle 2, and I can say measure of angle 2, I know what it is. It's 26 degrees. Now I have to solve the equation. Subtract 30 from both sides, and I get x equals 4, negative. Over here, these dudes are 60 because they're equilateral. So I know what the measure of angle 2 is. It equals 60. Subtract 5 from both sides, 55. Divide, divide. Correct answer is positive 5. All right, we're crushing it. 21 and 22, we're setting records here. So on this one, I do see a vertical angle right there. So 55 degrees. Play the 180 game inside here. That's 115. That'd be 65. Play the straight line here. That has to be 180. Play the triangle game. That's 140. This must be 40 degrees. Number 22, I'm going to play the straight line game. That is 85. Play the straight line game. That is 45. Make these three add up to 180, so that's 130. You'd be 50. This is a little bit tougher. You got to make those three be 180. So over here I have 128. So that must make this guy, what's that, 52? And play the 180 game. That's 108. Looking like 72 degrees. Boom. All right, 23, 24. Same type of deal. Straight line game, 84. Triangle game, that's 120, so this must be 60. Right angles are 90, so that must be 30. Vertical angle in right here to be 80. Play the triangle game. That's 80 and 30 is 110. Oh, so I could just cheat right now and say the exterior angle for those two and save myself a step. Exterior angle is the sum of the two remote. So I didn't really have to find that other one. Same thing in here, straight line in, 38 degrees. Make a triangle, that's 140, you got to be 40. make it add up to 90, you're 50. Make these two add up, that's 110, which would be 70, which would be 110. And last but not least, number 25, vertical angle in for 80, vertical angle in for 75, add them up, that's 155. So this angle over here has got to be 25, so set them equal, minus the 5 from both sides, and divide both sides by 2. And x is not 2, x is 10. Alright, so hopefully that'll get you ready for the multiple choice part tomorrow. Proof review will be coming tomorrow evening. See ya!